Hi, I'm Kirby Allison, and we love to help the well-dressed take care of their wardrobes. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to darken a pair of leather shoes. You might want to darken your leather dress shoes to give them a new look or to give them a slight antique effect, or maybe they're just a little too light for your taste. This can easily be achieved using Saphir Pommadier Cream Polish. If you have any questions or comments during this video, please ask them in the comment section below. I enjoy getting back to as many of those questions as possible. There are two ways to darken a leather dress shoe. The first, which is permanent, is to use an alcohol-based leather dye like the Saphir Tincture Française. This is a permanent method and one that we don't advocate or recommend here at the Hanger Project for any non-professional users. The second and safer way, and slightly less permanent, is to use a pigmented cream polish like the Saphir Pommadier Cream Polish. Since it's not permanent, simply using the Saphir Reno'Mat can pull that polish off and restore the shoe to its original color. What's great about the Saphir Pommadier Cream Polish is because of the high quality of pigments and the concentration of pigments used in this polish, it's very effective at changing the color of a particular pair of shoes. In this tutorial, I'll use the Saphir Médaille d'Or Pommadier Cream Polish and the Saphir Médaille d'Or Pate Luxe. Here I have a pair of Allen Edmonds strands in the chestnut color, which is a real beautiful light brown. And we're gonna see how we can take this to a slightly darker patina. The first thing I'm going to do in step one is to just test the color of the pigments to validate which one I want to use to darken these shoes. My intuition is that since this is a light brown shoe, that the medium brown is going to be the best color, but let's just validate that by testing it on a small hidden area of the shoe. So I'm going to apply, this is the dark brown polish, and I'm just going to apply it here with my finger. And as you can see, it does a good job just illustrating that, even though these are cream polishes, the pigment is still quite transparent. But as you can see, this dark polish on this light brown shoe is really providing a very dark contrast. As I'm seeing it, I'm thinking it just doesn't look incredibly natural. Whereas the light brown, as you can see, is going to do a better job darkening the shoe. Now, after multiple applications, the saturation of this pigment will bring this leather darker and darker. And so my personal opinion is that it's better to incrementally darken your leather shoes than trying to take them from a light brown straight to dark brown. So my choice here is going to be to go with the medium brown polish. So now that I've tested the color of polish I want, I'm going to begin applying it to this Allen Edmonds strand. Grab a small amount of the Saphir pigmented cream polish and a cotton chamois and begin to apply it to the leather shoe using small circular motions and medium to firm pressure. You really want to get this polish into the leather, and you do that by applying a little bit of pressure. Allow the polish 3 to 5 minutes to really be absorbed by the leather, and then buff it off using a horsehair brush. I recommend at least 2 to 3 applications of the cream polish to fully saturate this leather. So I've applied 3 coats of the Saphir Pommadier Cream Polish in the medium brown, and you can see that the color of these shoes has definitely been brought up a shade. Now, it's not a dramatic difference, but as I said earlier, we're going for an incremental evolutionary darkening of this shoe as opposed to trying to take it too dark too quickly. And I really like the look of the shoe. Now the next step is going to be to apply the Saphir Pate Luxe wax polish. The hard waxes in the Pate Luxe are going to help seal the pigment from the cream polish into the shoe and further add to the darkening in addition to just increasing the shine of the entire shoe itself just to make it look good. So here I've got both a medium brown and a dark brown, and this is the point where you could honestly begin to experiment with. Now, one of the important things to keep in mind with the wax polish is that the pigments are much more transparent than a cream polish. So whereas I would have not liked to have used a dark brown cream polish directly on this chestnut shoe to begin with, you could use a dark brown wax polish and it would have a less of a dramatic effect on the color of the shoe. So for the purposes of this video and to illustrate the transparency of the wax pigment, I'm actually going to go ahead and use the dark brown wax polish here. So because I want this polish to really get into the shoes, you want to apply medium to firm pressure. Once you're done applying, buff off with a horsehair brush. So after just one application of the Saphir Pate Luxe wax polish, you can see that the shine is really beginning to elevate, and those additional pigments, especially the dark brown pigments of this polish, are further darkening this leather. You can see that the difference between the right shoe and the left shoe is really becoming quite noticeable at this point. Another benefit of the Saphir Pate Luxe wax polish, again, is that those hard waxes are going to help seal in that pigment. Now, if you were totally unhappy with the result of the shoe, you'd be able to remove 80 to 90% of that darkening effect with just using the Saphir Reno'Mat. If you really wanted to take this shoe to the next level, of course, you could finish this process off with the Saphir Mirror Gloss to really develop a nice high gloss patina on the toe cap of the shoe. We're not going to do this in this video because it falls outside the scope of what we're trying to demonstrate, but we have an extensive playlist with multiple videos on how to produce the perfect mirror shine. So there you have it. It looks like a totally different shoe, especially whenever you compare it to the left shoe that we didn't do anything to. This really shows where the line gets blurred between darkening a shoe and antiquing it, which are really two of the same things. Especially using the dark brown Pate Luxe on top of the medium brown polish, you can really see where the shoe has dimension and character to it, which you don't get from the flat factory finish of most out-of-the-box shoes. So just to summarize the process we went through to produce these results, first I used a little bit of Saphir Reno'Mat just to prepare the shoe by pulling anything off the top of that leather that may have prevented the Pommadier Cream Polish from really penetrating and delivering those pigments deep into the pores. Second, we applied a medium brown Saphir Pommadier Cream Polish and really worked it into the shoe using medium to firm pressure to push those pigments in. I applied 3 to 4 coats of the Saphir Cream Polish, buffing each one off in between. And then finally, I sealed that in and further added dimension and character to this shoe with a dark brown Saphir Pate Luxe wax polish. In addition to providing additional kind of variation in the patina, a little bit of an antiquing effect, the hard waxes and a wax polish helped seal the pigments from the cream polish into the leather. And please experiment with your shoes, have a little bit of fun, and if you decide to try to darken a pair of shoes or antique them, please by all means post your photographs on Instagram and tag us with #HangerProject. In today's video, I'm wearing my Chris Despis bespoke charcoal gray herringbone suit. As you can see, it's a single button. I've got besom pockets with the pockets tucked in, just to add a little bit of sleekness and formality to this particular ensemble. This is absolutely one of my favorite suits. It was the first bespoke suit that I had Chris make for me. I'm wearing, of course, my trademark white Charvet dress shirt with horn collar stays. I've got a white Simone Godard pocket square. My trousers are tabbed with flat pockets, a single reverse pleat. They're uncuffed, again, which I enjoy with all of my more formal suits. And then today I'm wearing my George Cleverly bespoke burgundy pigskin Baron de Reedy loafers. These are absolutely beautiful shoes. And then my socks, I have my favorite pair of socks, which is my dark gray Kirby Allison Sovereign Grade small dot melange dress socks. On my wrist today, I'm wearing my Chopard Perpetual Calendar dress watch with the retrograde date, and I'm wearing my black crocodile strap. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, and please subscribe to our channel and turn on your notifications by clicking the bell to the right of the subscribe button so that you can learn whenever we release new videos. If you have any questions or comments about anything we discussed on this video, please ask them in the comments section below. And of course, please visit HangerProject.com, where we have the largest, most comprehensive collection of luxury garment care and shoe care accessories in the world, as well as many other incredible products for the well-dressed. And while you are there, subscribe to our newsletter to receive notifications of new product launches, promotions, as well as a weekly digest of all the videos we publish here on our YouTube channel. I'm Kirby Allison. Thanks for joining me.